He said they made the call, y'all. They want the West back. But yeah, man, we got Diggs. You know what I mean? Finna give us a little bit of insight. You know, he finally didn't went live. You know what I mean? Not finally, not like the nigga was just, you know what I mean, taking hell long. But yeah, man, he finally went live and he finna give us some insight. You know, J Diggs addresses JT rumors, nigga. So, hey, we unbiased, man. You know what I mean? Over here. So, nigga, we finna go ahead and hear him out. Shh. For the second time, man. Shit, I'm gonna get into it though. Hey, we're gonna break this up into parts though. It's gonna be probably like 3 parts. I ain't gonna lie. Shit, the live hella long.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all something that's a motherfucking fact. Mac Dre was an innocent man. I can't make that up. Mac Dre never robbed a bank. He wasn't part of robbing banks. He ran with a bank robbing crew. And he stayed solid to that shit. He didn't have to go to jail. He didn't have to go to prison. A lot of y'all seen that video I posted on my page when we on the boat. And he said, what you thought I was going to do, tell on you? He said, nah, Romps keep it real. Okay? So Mac Dre went and did 5 plus 1 more year, 6 years in Lompoc prison behind me. Behind me slipping and dealing with a rat. Corey Dunn, I'm going to say that nigga name too. Corey Dunn is a rat from Vallejo. Rest in peace, Corey Dunn. But anyway, dealing with a rat. We went to prison, federal prison. My nigga could have told on me. He could have sent me and Kilo to jail. He could have sent both of us to prison and came back home and had his career back. But he went and did his time. He went and did his time at Lompoc prison, every day of it. He didn't get to go to no mediums, no lows, no camps. He did every day of his time at Lompoc prison. That nigga got into knife fights. He got into everything you could name in prison in 5 years just to get back to the streets. Okay? When he got back to the streets, that nigga changed Romp Records to Thea's Entertainment. He started Thea's Entertainment with my cousin, Kilo Kurt, 2 years after he came home. When Kilo came home after doing 8 years. Dre did 6 and came home. Kilo did 8 and came home. When Kilo and Dre hooked up when Kilo got home, they started Thea's Entertainment together as partners. 50-50 partners. Mac Dre and Kilo Curtis. If you look on any...
In the song, he say, Kilo did 9 and I did 6. Or yeah, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, shit.
Old CDs, you look that shit up, you'll see who are the owners of Thea's Entertainment when they started this shit. Okay? Diggs was still in jail. When Diggs came home, I hooked up with my niggas. We vowed we was gonna make this movement and rock this movement together, and that's what we did. We pushed this Thea's Entertainment to the day my nigga lost his life. Now let me tell you this shit. I'm gonna say this again. My nigga gave up his life for me for 6 years. When he passed away, I vowed. I did a song where I cried for the first time in I don't know how many years. And I told my nigga, I say, my nigga, no matter what, I'm gonna rep this Thea shit for you till I pass. That's what I said. I told him that shit. And for 17 years, I've been wearing this chain around my neck every day of my motherfucking life. I got him on my arm. I got him on my body. I've been repping this Thea shit, making songs, making movements, doing everything I can do to keep my nigga name alive from day one. So, for any fan of this Thea shit to question my loyalty of who I am or what I could have possibly done to my good friend that don't know nothing about what the fuck this story had to do about, that shit breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. More than a fuck nigga doing some weird shit. That shit broke my fucking heart. I'm like, wow, my own fans, motherfuckers of my movement questioning after all this shit. So let's address some facts though. Let's go to some facts about this story that this nigga told about my nigga passing away. Okay? So, this nigga told y'all that me and Kilo hired a hitman to kill our nigga. And then we turned around and killed them in Kansas City, Missouri. That's what he told y'all. We did this in Kansas City, Missouri. Okay? He said his Kansas City niggas told him this. This is what he told him. And he said, why y'all think J Diggs so comfortable with going to Kansas City? All right. And let me tell y'all this Kansas City story, my Kansas City story, okay? Let me tell y'all my connection to Kansas City. Let me tell y'all how I got connected to Kansas City, okay? First of all, when Dre had his show in Kansas City, it was a Bay Area show. It was a big Bay show. It wasn't just Dre. A lot of people probably don't even know how many people was out there from the Bay Area. I bet 95% of y'all don't even know Yuckmouth was out there. I bet y'all didn't know Mac Mall was out there. Doobie was out there. Miami was out there. I can go on a list of people from the Bay Area that was in Kansas City. J Diggs was not in Kansas City. First of all, I couldn't go to Kansas City. I was on federal probation still. I couldn't leave the state. I hadn't even left yet. I was still on federal probation. I wanted to go, hella bad. Well, I didn't make it out there. I couldn't go. So, I had never been to Kansas City in my life. I did not know one person, not one soul in Kansas City. Never met a man in Kansas City a day in my life prior to Dre passing away. Okay? When I got the call that Dre passed away, and I ain't gonna say too much because a lot of y'all want to read this in my book. The crazy thing about this story is all in my book. I ain't gonna give y'all my whole shit. This is my life story. But when I got the call that Dre passed away, I jumped on a flight the very next day to Kansas City. That was my first time in Kansas City. Violated my probation and jumped on a flight and hit Kansas City. When I got to Kansas City, I tapped in with people I knew of. I didn't know Rich the Factor personally. I tapped in with Rich the Factor because I knew Rich the Factor fucked with Mac Dre. And Rich the Factor was not a suspect in my eyes. He wasn't even at that shit. So I tapped in with Rich and Slick, pulled up on me. And I tapped in with Fat Tone. I tapped in with Fat Tone because Fat Tone was a suspect. And everybody was yelling Fat Tone's name. And I wanted Fat Tone to talk to me. I needed some answers. And we talked. And I told Fat Tone, I said, bro, I need you to come meet me. He said, Diggs, I'll meet you. I said, look, just so you be comfortable, we can meet at the airport. Just want to talk to you. Find out what was going on out here. He said, I'll come meet you, Diggs, no problem. And then he called me back a couple hours later, and he said he had something going on with a house that he was selling, and he couldn't come and meet me. And we talked on the phone. And Tone convinced me that he didn't have nothing to do with it. Okay? So, I stayed out in Kansas City for a few days, doing my homework, doing my footwork, doing my street work. And I left Kansas City and came back home. Now, for me to have any ties with any niggas to have anything to do with my nigga, yeah.
Okay, nigga, that's part one, right? We gonna get to the next one right after this. They gonna be back to back to back, so don't even trip. You know what y'all think so far, nigga? You know what I mean? And nigga, shit, nigga. Shouts out to Diggs, nigga. I mean, shouts out to J Diggs, nigga. He shit, man. Like I said, I gotta hear all sides of the story. We gotta hear both sides of the story. JT didn't spoke his piece. It's only right that Diggs done already spoke his piece, and you know he probably feel like this shit is ridiculous. You know what I mean at this point, cause nigga, like, you know, he didn't gave a little bit of history and he putting it back in perspective for niggas who might have, like, you know what I mean, like might have whatever, like, you know, it might have just, like, you know, cause it's been a long time, but you know, it's Dre name staying lit. But we gonna get into the next one, man. I'm gonna catch up with y'all niggas on the next one, man. It's gang.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
Fake ass
Motherfuckers be showing all that fake ass love. Keep that shit away from me. Keep that fake ass shit away from me, nigga. Before I explode on one of you bitch ass niggas, nigga.
Say, yo, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later.